Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Okay. I know I might be a little late on this story, but I wanted to make sure you guys heard this story. I said that I would talk about it, so I wanted to keep my word. It's been a very busy after the show. It was a very busy day, very busy afternoon, and there's been so many stories that have come out that you guys are going to be seeing quite a bit of information from me here over the next few hours. I'm just giving you guys a fair heads up. One is another pop culture thing, piece of news that I will be doing a pop-up video about. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up. So please do me a favor. If you have already subscribed, make sure that notification bell is on, because I'm not going to be doing that as a live. I'm going to do that as a pop-up video. Okay, there's been some interesting developments on another story that everybody and their mama's starting to kind of react to in a way, but I think that there's something deeper, or I think there's nothing to worry about, and I'll explain a little bit more later on that pop-up video. Okay, we're gonna be talking about that. Okay, trust and believe we will be talking about that, because I'm on the fence. I don't know if I should do it as a pop-up video or if I should do it as a live video, because honestly I know a lot of people are reacting to that and kind of are blown over this information. And I know I'm not even telling you what it is. That's the thing. That's what sucks about it. But I don't want to give you the information just yet. Okay. So just saying that out loud. Okay. I know I got ahead of myself, but there's a lot going on, y'all. Holy cow. I got a list of things in my notebook right now of things that we need to talk about. So I'm going to try to get through these as efficiently as I can and as quickly as I can, okay? So do me a favor, okay? For those of y'all who are filing in, please do me a favor. Crush that like button down below. That would really, really mean a lot. Send it past 200 likes as you start to file in to the show. That would really, really mean a lot. This is a story that broke earlier this morning, and we have got to talk about it. Okay, breaking, well, not really breaking news anymore, but still, it's still shocking nonetheless. And of course, please do me a favor. If you haven't done it yet, please crush that subscribe button, okay? That'd be greatly appreciated. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. Make sure that notification bell is set to all and all that stuff. Okay, we got to get into it, okay? We gotta we gotta get into it, because there's so much that's going on right now, so much. Okay, and I'm going one story at a time. I will tell you right now, a full-on heads up. I will be doing an interview, or not an interview, a discussion about Carolyn Bryant Donham, her passing. She's the woman who was the whistleblower, the woman who accused Emmett Till of whistling at her, which caused his demise. She passed away today. I will be having a full discussion with a good friend of mine, Ola. She'll be on live tomorrow afternoon, okay, at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, to talk exclusively about the news of this passing. What does this do for Emmett Till's legacy and all that? Just so you guys know, don't think that I'm sleeping on that story. I just wanted to bring somebody on and have a full open discussion about that, because I feel like a lot of the world feels some type of way about that story as well. So, okay, I just need to say that. Cloud said it, I didn't. Just saying, Cloud said it, I didn't. Okay, so we are going to be doing a good discussion tomorrow afternoon with our good friend Ola, because I haven't had her on the show. Actually, I don't think I've ever had her on the show. Maybe I have a long time ago. Maybe I have. It's been a minute, but She will be with me tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, okay, to talk about that news. So don't think I'm sleeping on it. Don't think that I'm just like letting that go. We going to talk about that for sure. And hopefully I'm going to get, Justin on TikTok with us tomorrow afternoon as well, because he has been very adamant about wanting to get on the show and talk about this as well. So it is going to be a nice, good show tomorrow, talking specifically about this woman passing away and getting away with getting away with it. Okay. So we will be talking about that for sure. So rest assured, we will be talking about that. There ain't no way I ain't going to talk about that story. Okay. But I want to bring some friends on. Okay. And some panelists to talk about that as a family. And I think Emmett Till deserves that. I think. Okay. So we got to talk about this. And Madeline, just so you know, Carolyn Bryant Dunham. Okay. She is the woman who accused Emmett Till of whistling at her, like trying to throw his Mac game on her, where he was savagely, his life was savagely taken. Okay. He was brutalized. All right. Open casket for everyone to see what these men did to this young boy. Okay. She has passed away. She admitted to lying. Okay, just really quick. She admitted to lying on Emmett Till. And the Emmett Till family has been trying so hard, working diligently, trying to get justice, even though she was 89 years old, if I'm correct, at the time of this admitting of guilt of lying. Okay. Straight up lied. And she still passed away a free woman. So there's a lot of people that feel some type of way about this. And we're going to talk about it tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now, let's get into this conversation. Okay? We got to get into this. This isn't going to be a long stream. Okay? This isn't going to be a long show. I just wanted to give respect to someone that has he's the king, I think. He was the reigning king of controversial daytime television. Jerry Springer passes away at the age of 79 years old. Apparently, he lost his battle to cancer. Of all things. And honestly, my mind is blown. I'm shocked. When I found out about this was right before I hopped on with Andrea Burkhart to talk about the new information about Bethany and the subpoena getting dropped, and now it's just a glorified interview and all that stuff. I found out right before we went live, and I'm like, dang, he died? He gone? He passed away? What the hell? I'm shocked. And I don't know about you guys, but I grew up on some of this Jerry Springer moments. Okay? I mean, during the summers, when there was nothing else to do, shoot, me and my family were watching some Jerry Springer. Okay? We were having a good old time. Oh, and Jenny Jones. Anybody remember that? That's a deep cut too. Okay? It was like Jerry Springer and then Jenny Jones, I think. Or maybe it was flipped the other way around. But it was controversial trash daytime talk show stuff. Okay, let's keep it real. Drelo, thank you so much for the $2 super sticker. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Obsessed for Disneyland. Thank you so much for the 5 super sticker. I really do appreciate it as well. Exactly, Lily White. Thank you so much, Jerry. Yeah, Jerry. I mean, it was insane. How did this guy, who was a lawyer, okay, glorified regular-ass lawyer, suddenly be who he was? This iconic Sorry, guys. This iconic show. This was the 90s, y'all. This was the 90s. Okay? And if you grew up in the 90s, you knew about Jerry. You knew about Jerry Springer. But still, my mind is still blown. I'm absolutely shocked that this man is gone now. It seemed like that was hidden. Totally hidden. Didn't hear anything about his ailments or him being sick last I checked. But now he gone, babies. He gone. Again, I'm absolutely shooketh by this. Shooketh. Because that came out of nowhere, guys. Let's be completely honest. Nini Panini, thank you so much for the 5. Didn't know he was sick. R.I.P. Jerry. Absolutely. We didn't even know he was sick, y'all. We didn't even know he was sick. And Asila, yes, cancer is a brutal, brutal disease. F cancer. F it right in the A. Something like that. Okay? But, sure, he had a life well lived, okay? There's been some interesting controversies with him, okay? And before we go and speak ill on his, speak about the bad things in his past and all that stuff, we're going to celebrate the work he's done, okay? And the entertainment that he brought to everyone's TV sets in the 90s, okay? What he put together was, I'm sorry, it was brilliant. It was trash TV at its finest, and he fully embraced it. He was laughing all the way to the Bazank, y'all. Bazank. Okay? And I really do think that 79 years old is still kind of young. I'm going to be real. Okay? I think 79 years old is young. Still, that's a whole life well lived still. But at the same time, I still think it's still kind of young. I will say that. Okay? Oh, and yeah, the show was toxic as hell. But he ate it up, and he made that monies. Okay? He made hella money. But let's look at this article really, really quick. Okay? So Jerry Springer, one of the most influential and controversial figures in TV history, has passed. TMZ has confirmed. Jerry hosted the smash hit syndicated TV show or talk show, Jerry Springer Show, for 27 years. Let me tell you something. 27 years, that's a lot of work. How do you find all these people? Like I'm dead serious. The things that he brought, the people that he brought on this show, where did he find all these people for 27 years? I'm wondering what his trick was, because there was this thing going on. I remember this. There was a rumor going on that this was all fake, that these were all actors and all that. And Jerry and his team would always sit there and say, no, these are real people. These are real people coming onto the show and exploiting themselves on this show. I got some more things to say about this too. I got some more things to say because I know that there's certain groups of people, certain demographics that are feeling some type of way about what Jerry Springer exploited on his channel or on his show. And don't worry, we're going to get into that. Don't worry, we will. Okay? Because I got something to say about that too. Okay? But 27 years, guys. That's a lot of seasons. That's a lot of crazy-ish people on a TV show. A lot of craziness. How you run a circus like that for 27 years, I don't even know what to say. It's pretty damn amazing. It was never a boring moment on the raucous and wild show, which was known for its outrageous guests who usually got into crazy fights as the audience cheered Jerry, 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 Jerry. I mean, there's been some crazy stories on this show. Let's keep it real. A family spokesperson says Jerry was battling a brief illness Our sources tell us it was pancreatic cancer that was diagnosed only a few months ago. So maybe that's the reason why we didn't get a chance to really hear about this, or hear about him battling cancer or anything of that sort. This just came out a few months ago. He just found out a few months ago. Okay. And this week he took a turn for the worse. The spokesperson says he passed Thursday morning peacefully at his home in the Chicago area. Now, before TV, he was a politician who ran a failed campaign for U.S. Congress in 1970, got elected to Cincinnati's city council in 1971, and became the city's mayor in 1977. He served one term. But Springer became a worldwide sensation with his show, which debuted in 1991. Most people won't remember this, but when he started Jerry's show, he focused on political issues. Of course, it eventually became the exact opposite and a ratings smash. Okay. So apparently, the original Catfish apparently was created on here. All kinds of crazy stuff, right? Jerry's show was so popular in the late 90s, it even topped Oprah Winfrey's in several cities. He knocked out Oprah. Can you believe that, Ish? That's crazy. Springer finally went off air in 2018. That was only 5 years ago, y'all. So he's, again, 27 years of coming in and just knocking it out the park for the most part until, I'm sure the latter part, things started to fizzle. Let's keep it real. He made one more run in TV with his courtroom show, Judge Jerry, which ran for 3 seasons. So Jerry's last TV performance or TV appearance came last season on The Masked Singer, where he performed as the Beatle, singing a Frank Sinatra classic. We were told his cancer battle got much worse about a month ago, and he finally had to stop working. He had been hosting a folk music show on a local radio station in Cincinnati. He's survived by his daughter, Katie Springer, and his older sister, Evelyn. Now, I got to be honest. I think a lot of us are shocked, okay? A lot of us are really, really shocked about what happened here, okay? A lot of us, okay, are shocked by this information. And a lot of us are of course, this is a harsh reality, okay? This is a harsh wake-up call on how life really is. 1 minute you are here, and 2 seconds later, you are gone. And we see this countless times. We hear these stories all the time, okay? We hear these kind of stories all the time. We don't hear about how somebody is battling something for a while and then they pass away gracefully. It's always this abrupt, out of nowhere, shocking piece of information. Oh, he's gone. And that's exactly what we see here. And I have to say, this is another wake-up call on how precious life really is. Make every day that you're on this planet worthwhile. That's all I say. Be good to each other. He even says, I think his saying is, be kind to yourself and to each other, or something like that. It's kind of like what I say, which is kind of funny, And then, you wake up one day and somebody's gone. It's just so shocking. And of course, we didn't know what he was battling. We don't know. I didn't know that. I didn't see any news reports being said, oh, he's battling pancreatic cancer, anything like that. And honestly, I wasn't sitting there going, how's Jerry Springer today? I'm not thinking about that ish. No disrespect. but I'm not. So when it does happen, it's like, oh, damn. And we are going to go into the controversy. We are going to go, we're going to go into it. Okay. Actually, let me look that up. Jerry Springer's sign off quote. Till next time, take care of yourselves and each other. That's literally what he said. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other. And of course, mine is be good to yourselves, be good to one another, right? Kind of interesting. Ellen DeGeneres had the same thing, like be kind to each other, or something like that. You know what I mean? Always be kind to each other, something like that. Okay. But it is kind of a shocking thing to hear that this man is gone. And if anything, aside from all the controversies, which we will be diving into some of this, you got to give it to him. He knew, or at least he had a really great team that really knew how to put together an entertaining show. Whether you liked it or not, 27 seasons, 27 years is a long time on television. Is a long time of entertaining people and keeping them at the edge of their seats. 27 years. So you got to give it to him that he found a formula and it worked. And his team was together and they loved it. And they said, hey, we're going to do this again tomorrow. And they did this 5 days a week, y'all. Or let's be real, they did 5 shows a week. Now, I don't know if they batch shoot all their shows or if they did it one after another, right? Like every day, Monday through Friday, but still, they came in with the heat all the time. Now, I want to say this too, just so you guys know, batch shooting is basically like, say, shooting 3 shows in one day. A whole long ass day where you get everybody together and you bang it out. One show is about people in love with reptiles. The next one's I'm in love with my refrigerator. The next one is I was abducted by aliens. They would shoot all of them in one day. Batch shoot it all. Get it all in the can and then cut it all up and put it out on the telly. Next time on Jerry Springer, stuff like that, right? They used to do that. Doesn't matter. Being able to come in with the heat every single time, dang. You got to give it to this man. Okay? You got to give it to him. He knew how to keep people entertained and people at the edge of their seats. For 27 years. That's a long time. Now, we got to talk about a little bit of this controversy stuff. Because I've been seeing out here some people being like, yeah, may he burn in hell. He was exploiting the Black community or he was exploiting the transgender community, blah, all these things. Okay. Which, let me, show you. And of course, this is another story in itself. So actually, let me see if I can pull up another one. But people are really going in and trying to now jump in and try to say like, oh, he ain't ish because he did this, this, and this to this community or this corner of the world or this demographic or that demographic. Okay. Before I go into my piece, hold on. Let me find it. Hold on. It's coming. For example, people are sitting here saying this kind of stuff. I'm not sad to see him die. This is apparently a trans activist said about Jerry Springer, saying that he was transphobic with shows about men who being lured into relationships with trans women. There are other people out here saying like, yeah, may he burn in hell. Bye. You know what I mean? Good riddance, all that stuff. People in the Black community as well. Let me tell you something, yo. He was an equal opportunist of exploitation. Let me repeat that again. He was an equal opportunist of exploitation. Everybody was on that table. Everyone. You had white people with the teeth falling out, can't even form sentences, probably high on meth on the show. You had ratchet black people. You had ratchet white people. You had the people in the trans community. You had people in the LGBT community. You had everybody on the show acting the fool and being a part of this wild circus, which was Jerry Springer. He was an equal opportunist in exploitation. He exploited everybody. Everyone. So I find it very interesting, okay? It was the ratchet of the ratchet. Obsessed for Disneyland. It was the ratchet of the ratchet. Okay? Ratchet. And it was of all kinds. He didn't care if it made it interesting, if it would make ratings, you on the show. Oh, you are in love with this person, but they don't know that you're transgender, or, oh, you're in love with this person, but you're having an affair with another person, or you're having an affair with this girl, but you're with this girl, but you're having an affair with her sister, right? Well, Malcolm has something to say to you, Jenny. So what had happened was I'm kind of in love with your sister. And then Jerry would be like, all right, Melissa, come on out. And then everybody gets to their feet. These girls go toe to toe, just getting into fisticuffs, dropping bows on each other. And everyone's screaming, Jerry, Jerry, Jerry. And guess what? Those people would be white. Real talk. People ate that ish up. Everybody. It was all black, white, doesn't matter. He was an equal opportunity. He was an equal opportunist in exploitation. And he ate it all up. For some weird reason, I don't know why. I'm still trying to figure this out. Why would there be people wanting to expose their own life, their own personal life, real talk, on a talk show? It still blows my mind that there's somebody out here deep in the South going, hey, I'm about to be on Springer because I'm in love with my girlfriend's sister. She pregnant with my first, and my girl don't really know. I'm going to go and take this to Jerry Springer? I still don't understand that. Same thing with all the other ratchetness that came onto the show. Man, there was a dude on there that lives in a box. Okay? There's been all kinds of stuff on this show. It is everybody. And it's unfair that as soon as this dude is not even in the ground yet, that people are sitting there going, oh, yeah, I ain't sad to see him die. Yeah. Whatever. Good riddance. It's like, damn. He exploited everybody, y'all. I'm sorry. And also, I'll say this too: when it comes to the the conversations about the trans community and all that, I mean, things were different back then. Things were completely different back then. I'm sure it wouldn't be the same story if the show was around this time. It would not be the same approach. Look at all these comedy movies. Okay. Shoot, even tweets made by comedians. Come on. We already talked about this a million times before. Okay? We've already talked about this a million times before. You got comedians, you got content like this. There's plenty of movies out here, okay, that would not fly to this day. Okay? Shoot, I don't even know why. Mrs. Doubtfire, Tootsie. I can't even believe I said Tootsie. But yeah, that's a deep cut. Okay? You think those movies would fly today? No. So it's the same thing with these shows. It's the same thing with these shows. Again, he went after everybody. Everybody. You want to be on the show, and if it's crazy, if it's outlandish, if it's going to bring eyeballs to the show, people, then hey, come on in. The water's just fine. That's just what I think on that. Zozo Bob is exactly right. He was all about entertainment. He didn't care about you guys walking away with something profound to learn from. Yeah, he still had his last minute thing, his final thoughts, I remember, at the end of the show. But were anybody really listening to that? He put in his 2 cents, like, okay, well, here's something to walk away from, how to, something to learn from. Here's a lesson from today's show. Like he's Mr. Rogers. But is anybody listening at that point? Everyone's like, yeah, next show. What's going on Maury? Man, what's going on with Montel? Oh, I can't wait for Jenny Jones. She got an adult actress that did 300 Men in a movie, in one movie. We're going to watch it. So it's interesting. And, some people did. I see Ray said, I did listen to his final thought. Sure. Because that's the only time, if you were listening to it, it's the only time you heard anything coherent. Because a lot of times the whole show is beep, beep, mother, beep, 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 beep. Everyone's fighting and panting heavily. Beep, beep, beep. The entire damn time. So how are you getting anything intelligible when you got 2 girls or 2 dudes going toe to toe with each other while everyone's screaming, hey, Jerry, in the background? Like I said, it's tough. Tyler Hackner, thank you so much for the 2. My mom absolutely hated it. Oh, yeah. Well, your mom has taste. Your mom has mother-loving taste, okay? Oh, I forgot about Ricky Lake. Ricky Lake, too. Yes, Ricky Lake. She had a show too. She had a show. I'm dead ass. Hold up. Do I have that? Do I have that sound effect? Hold on. Where is it? I thought I had the beeping noise. Do I? Yep. It was like this. Mother Jerry. The entire show. That was the show. And he made money. He just sat there laughing. Phil Donahue was Phil Donahue. You know what I mean? He had class. Sally Jesse Raphael, okay, was trying to be all classy too with her stuff as well. But you saw all of them try to go down that avenue because they saw that Jerry Springer was killing it at that time. Man, he was coming in. Yeah, I'm dead ass. Oops. Just this all the time. The entire time. The entire time. Rosa, thank you so much for being a member for the past 3 months. Late to the party. Sup, fam? R.I.P. Jerry. Yes. Yeah, may he rest in peace. For sure. For sure. But Phil Donahue, Philly, okay? Sally Jesse Raphael, they were all out here, okay? They were out here and they were looking and they're going, hey, he is in here killing it. We need to do the same thing, because they're all sitting there going, you had Phil Donahue with his huge glasses going, when we're talking about our Roth IRAs, I think it's really important. No one cared. People wanted entertainment, okay? People wanted shock. People wanted that stuff. But then All of them tried to do the same thing. Even Oprah tried to do it too, y'all. Come on now. She did the same doggone thing. Okay? She wanted ratings. She wanted to beat Jerry Springer because he was killing it. But then the funny thing is then you had Jenny Jones, who was doing the same doggone thing. It was the same ridiculousness. It would be like her bringing on an adult actress or some sort of model, or it would just be something with a whole bunch of sex. You know, I remember that. Okay. I'm just saying. Craziness, guys. Okay. Same thing. Yeah, Lateef. Jerry was flying people out and putting them in hotels for the free. Okay. For the free. And then he said, yeah, exactly. All they had to do was just show up and show out. Gloves off. Oh, yeah. You know, he doesn't know about you with him, with the other guy. Okay. He gonna find out backstage while you're talking. So go ahead. Enjoy yourself. And then it'll be like, here comes, Johnny. And then all of a sudden everyone goes crazy. Like I said, Jerry Springer had a formula and it worked. He made a lot of money off of it. And he was able to do it for 27 years. I don't know how. I'm so sorry. Anybody who's been on Jerry Springer, I'm sorry if I offend you by saying this, but you guys got to be the dumbest. I'm sorry. That is the stupidest thing. Look, if you book, come on now. Okay. I'm knocking it, but come on now. But I'm just saying. Okay. You got to be out your damn mind going, I'm going to Jerry Springer and I'm going to have a full on epiphany on the show. You're not. You're going to come back with your favorite shirt ripped to shreds, with a bloody lip and a couple cuts and bruises, and it's going to be all over the TV for everyone to see. I don't know what kind of meth some of these people are on, okay, what kind of drugs that these people are on, but for some odd reason, they say, oh, we got to come on to the show. This is going to be extremely helpful for you in your relationship with your girl or your mom or whatever it is, whatever weirdness that they would put on that show. But they put that stuff on the show. And I keep wondering, were there recruiters that would just be thrown out on the Appalachian Trail and they just to see who they can find and what kind of craziness they can find out here in these Appalachian streets? Because where did they find these people? That's what I'd like to know. And again, no disrespect to any of y'all who were on Jerry. Hopefully it wasn't a memorable episode, but at the same time, you still were on it. And why? Why? Okay. Why? Yes, I remember Geraldo breaking his nose. Man, he deserved it though. I'm sorry. Okay. I will say this. Arsenio, his show was fantastic. It was classy. It was a really good late night show. It just didn't get the respect it rightfully deserved. That's what I think. I think Arsenio Hall got the short end of the stick. And it sucks because every single time you are the first person to do anything, a lot of times you get the short end of the stick. It sucks. Okay? It really, really does. Okay? But I'm still trying to wrap my mind around how he was able to find those people. But that takes a certain amount of skill. That's some real talent. That's a really great producer or whatever, whoever he put together to make this show what it was is absolutely amazing. But I will say this, he had a very interesting life. Okay. Before the show, before his talk show, he had stuff that was talk show worthy, even for himself. Now, there are some things that he has done in the past. I know that got him in a little bit of trouble, for sure. And I don't know, obviously I'm wondering if he ever really kind of like changed his ways later on. I don't know. But he, long story short, he had quite the life. I just know that there were some things that he got caught doing back in the day. Like, well, let's just get into it. There was a sex scandal for sure. So let's get into it. All right. 1974. And what Cincinnati Enquirer reported as an abrupt move that shocked Cincinnati's political community. Springer stepped down, citing very personal family considerations. The shock resignation was triggered by the Enquirer's front page that claimed that Cincinnati Politico was involved in a two-state vice probe, although Springer wasn't named. The councilman quit later that day, but did not mention the probe. The next morning, Springer, described as red-eyed and shaken, held a news conference alluding to, this is the craziest thing, to the prostitution investigation at a health club in Fort Wright. When I resigned yesterday, I did so because I believed then, as I believe now, that there are some problems which are better faced as a private citizen, he said. The full truth, that Jerry Springer had paid for prostitutes using personal checks. This came out when he voluntarily testified in court in Kentucky. So let me explain this to you. Okay, guys? And this is the part, this is a story I've known for a long time. But he got caught paying a worker with personal checks. He wrote it out and said, who do I make this out to? Okay, Coco. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Who do I make this check out to? Vanilla Drip. Is it with 2 P's or just 1? You know, that's true though. He got caught. He got caught at a health club paying a worker with a personal check. Because he's like, oh, wait, it's $150? Oh, I'm all out of bills. Hold on. What's your name? Wait, Lovely Lemons? Wait, how do you spell lovely? With like L-U-V-L-E-E or is it L-O-V-E-L-Y? Okay. Really? L-U-V-L-E-E. Okay, Lovely Lemons. Lemons is normal as lemons, right? Okay, lemons. Cool. There you go. Thank you for your contribution to the country, for our state. I appreciate it. Yeah. He really did that. And this was years ago. This is way before this Jerry Springer show. But he stepped down, okay, because of this controversy. And of course, he was 30 years old at the time when he did that. So, maybe 15 years later, I don't know, 20 years later, 10 years later, whatever. About 20 years later, he comes out with this show. But it was a story that everybody knew. Okay? Everybody knew that was a story that was out here. Didn't change anything, didn't change the success and the trajectory of this show. So, pretty wild stuff, guys. He had quite an interesting life. quite an interesting life. And that show, I feel, reflected his interesting life. Let's keep it real. Okay. So I know some people might feel some type of way about how Jerry Springer was and what he did, whether you agree with how he did things on his show or not. But at the end of the day, I really do think this was a guy who didn't give a damn. He was more concerned about ratings, because let's be real. The show first started off as a political show. It was a political show, everybody. And then all of a sudden it became what it was. How does it take that turn? Where did I want to know, when were they in that room doing lines of blow and said, hey, I got this great idea. Let's just turn this whole freaking thing into a circus, man. We're going to turn it into a circus, man. Forget the politics. We're going to turn everything on its end, and then we're going to make it a freaking circus, man. What do you say, Jerry? What do you say? That's what it feels like. Because this doesn't make any sense. Where did it come from? Was he tripping on shrooms one day and said, man, we need to just like be outside the box, man. We got to be out here. Where did it come from? How did they come up with this idea? We're going to turn it. Yep. We're going to turn it into a freak show. It's going to be amazing. Real talk. I will say this. I mean, the show was what the show was. To me, it seems like maybe he was somebody who just didn't take himself too seriously. Maybe he did. Maybe he thought he was creating art, like real TV. I don't know. But if you really think about it, where did this come from? At first, it was, hello, we're here with the representative of blah, 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 Jonathan Thomas, and we're here to talk about the way things are in our country and what we need to change and racial equality and everything. Thank you so much for being here, John Thomas. No problem. And then all of a sudden, a season later, it's Jerry with expletives and people beating the crap out of each other. Just country bumpkin ratchetness. I don't know. I don't know where that happened, but it worked for 27 years. Like I said, that is so weird to me, y'all. Who in their right mind sat there and said, watching TV at home, watching Jerry going, you know what, honey, one day I'm going to be on that show. I believe it. I'm going to be on that show one day. I'm going to be a star. Where does that come from? Who on God's green earth says, I want to be on the Springer Show? But it worked. Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway, nonetheless, okay, a guy can dream. Sinner 1970. Come on, a guy can dream. Oh, I'm gonna be on that show one day. Mark my words, mama. I'm sorry. Oh God. Okay. I'm sorry. Mark my words, mama. I'm somebody. I'm be on Jerry. Oh God, I'm sorry. Oh, that made me cry. Oh God. Okay. Jeff H, thank you so much for the 5. I met Jerry in Hancock in the Hancock building elevator in Chicago. My girl had her back to him, and so I had to say something. I said, "Are you Jerry Springer?" Yep. I'm sure he was cool. I'm sure he was hella cool. You got to be hella cool if you're doing a show like that. You got to be hella cool if you're doing a show like that. Let's keep it real. But mark my words, mama, I'm going to be somebody. I'm going on Jerry's show. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys for being here. Real talk. That really means a lot. There's a lot more topics that we got to get into. Trust me, we will be getting into it. Okay? We're going to get into it here, but we definitely needed a little bit of a laugh. There's so much bad stuff going on right now. There's so many other things going on, but on some real stuff, may Jerry Springer rest in peace. Okay. Going the way that he did is terrible. Pancreatic cancer is no joke. May he rest in peace. He entertained us. He did something that a lot of people that are on TV right now are not able to do, which is the ability to make people who are watching the show be absolutely entertained and escape from their own personal problems. I have to say that. That is a skill. And being able to do that successfully for 27 years really does say something about the talent and the brilliance of the show. I'm going to be real. The brilliance of the show. He was able to entertain and create some form of escapism for all of us, get away from all of our problems and just gasp, laugh, cry, cheer. Real talk. That takes some serious skill. And it doesn't only take Jerry Springer to create Jerry Springer, but he was lucky enough to have a really great team around him to create such a great show, or at least such an entertaining show. Okay. But hey, we all have a life to live, and he definitely lived his. Just sucks he passed so quickly or so soon. Okay. But again, may he rest in peace. And F cancer, y'all. F cancer. Anyway, guys, I appreciate all y'all for being here. Real talk. I really do appreciate it. Okay. I got some more stuff coming up for you guys. So please be sure to keep your eyes open, because I got some more stuff for you guys. There's so much going on. And there's another story that's developing, or that's been developing since I hopped onto the show. We will be hopefully I'll be talking about that. I'm still trying to find out exactly what went down, some other situation, which I'll get to a little bit later. Okay. Yes, Michelle Noir, really quick. Let me lower this just so you guys know. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'm bringing on another good friend onto the show to talk about the Emmett Till, the Carolyn Bryant Dunham passing. We are going to be talking about that tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. There will be a link lit up later on today so that you guys know exactly when we are going to be going live, but we will be talking about that tomorrow. So don't worry, we are talking about that, but I wanted to bring on somebody special to get down to the nitty gritty about that. Okay. So anyway, guys, may he rest in peace. Terrible news, but everything happens for a reason, and he's no longer in pain. Okay. Let's be real. So please do me a favor, hit that like button down below. That would really, really mean a lot. Send it past 300 likes before you leave. A like doesn't cost a thing, but it does help with the show. That'd really mean a lot. And of course, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, y'all. Okay. You know, your boy's working hard out here in these streets. Okay. So crush that subscribe button. And of course, turn on that notification bell, turn it to all, because I got a lot of stuff coming up over the next 24 hours, a lot of conversation and a lot of stories to give you guys. So be on the lookout. I got another show or a pop-up. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I got another one coming up in just a little bit. Okay, guys? Anyway, it is time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the Pascal Show. Bye. I'll be somebody, mama.